You've spent years perfecting who you are, polite, agreeable, low maintenance, and somehow you still feel invisible. What if the version of you that kept you safe as a child is now the very thing keeping you trapped? Let's go back. You were young, maybe 7, maybe 12, and you learned something critical. You learned which version of you was acceptable. Maybe you learned that being quiet kept the peace, that being helpful made you worthy of love, that never asking for too much meant you wouldn't be abandoned. Your brain did exactly what it was designed to do. It identified a pattern. It built a strategy. Psychologists call this an adaptive self, a personality shaped not by who you are, but by what the environment demanded. And it worked. You survived. But here's the problem. That child is gone. The threats are gone, but the personality remains. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are extraordinarily well adapted to a world that no longer exists. This is what neuroscientists call developmental learning. Your brain wired itself based on early relational experiences. The pathways you built became automatic. They became you. And now, years later, you're trying to grow in a different direction, but the roots are still wrapped around that old survival pattern. Let me show you what's happening inside. Your brain has two operating systems. The first is the limbic system. It's fast, emotional, pattern-based. It learns from experience and builds shortcuts. This is the part that said, being agreeable keeps me safe. The second is the prefrontal cortex. It's slower, rational, reflective. This is the part that knows you don't need to people-please anymore. But here's the key. The limbic system is faster. When stress hits, when uncertainty rises, your brain defaults to the old pattern, not because it's right, because it's familiar. Psychologists call this schema persistence. Your old survival personality is a deeply carved path. The new you? That's still just an overgrown trail, and your brain will always choose the path of least resistance. So how do you change? Not by willpower, not by motivation, by understanding the architecture of change. First, name the survival self. You can't change what you can't see. Ask yourself, what did I learn to do to be loved? What version of me felt safest? Maybe you became the mediator, the overachiever, the invisible one. Write it down. Give it a name. Recognize it as a strategy, not your identity. Next, spot the activation. Your survival personality doesn't run all the time. It gets triggered. Conflict, criticism, rejection, uncertainty. Notice when it activates. Notice the physical sensation, chest tightening, throat closing, the urge to shrink. Don't judge it, just notice it. That noticing creates a gap, and in that gap, choice becomes possible. Then interrupt the pattern. You don't need to become a different person, you just need to do something different. Let's say your survival self says, agree, don't make waves. The interruption isn't to suddenly argue, it's to pause, to say, let me think about that. You're not building a new personality, you're introducing friction into an automatic response, and friction creates space for something new. After that, reinforce the new path. Every time you choose differently, your brain notices, but once won't do it, twice won't do it. Neuroscience shows us that neural pathways strengthen through repetition and reward. Every time you speak your truth and nothing terrible happens, your brain recalculates. Every time you set a boundary and the relationship survives, the new path gets a little deeper. Finally, grieve the old you. You're not just building something new, you're letting go of something that saved you, and that deserves acknowledgement. You can honor what that survival self did for you and still choose to outgrow it. Here's the mental model. Your personality is not fixed, it's a living adaptation. The version of you that formed in childhood was brilliant, but brilliance in one context becomes limitation in another. You are not betraying who you were, you are completing who you were always meant to become. And every time you choose the harder, truer thing, you are not fighting yourself, you are rewiring yourself. One choice, one moment, one brave, quiet act of self-reclamation at a time. The personality you built kept you alive, but you are no longer that child. You are no longer in that room. And the version of you that's trying to emerge, it's not a stranger. It's who you would have been all along if you'd been allowed. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.